Curious, what's the deeper meaning behind that?
It's all about taking control of our thoughts.
Oh, okay.
She grounds this in the concept of spiritual warfare,
Uh-huh.
referencing Ephesians 6,
Yeah.
which talks about putting on the full armor of God.
Okay.
The battlefield of the mind is where so many of our struggles for success are won or lost.
That makes sense. It's about recognizing that our thoughts are a battleground.
Yeah.
And we have to be vigilant about what we allow to take root there.
And to illustrate this, she brings up the story of the Israelites failing to enter the promised land
Okay.
because of their negative self-perception.
Oh.
Remember, they focused on how small and insignificant they felt compared to their enemies?
Yes. The classic example of how our own limiting beliefs.
We can sabotage even the most incredible promises.
Right. But Caleb, on the other hand, saw the opportunity, not the obstacle.
Mhm.
And she connects this back to Joshua 1.8, where God tells Joshua to meditate on the word day and night,
Yeah.
so he can be strong, courageous, and make his way prosperous. It's like a blueprint for success, isn't it?
It is. It's about replacing those negative, fear-based thoughts with truth and faith.
Yes.
Aligning our minds with God's promises.
And here's the takeaway for you.
Okay.
If your life isn't what you want it to be,
Yeah.
it might be time to examine your thought patterns.
Okay.
Are you stuck in a grasshopper mentality, focusing on what you lack instead of what God has already provided?
That's such a powerful question.
Right.
We get so focused on the obstacles that we miss the opportunities God has placed right in front of us.
And to inspire us to think differently,
Okay.
she brings in some incredible examples of people who literally changed their lives
Oh, wow.
by changing their thinking. Take Quincy Jones, for example.
He's a legend in the music industry.
Yeah.
And she highlights how his success was fueled by pure inspiration, constantly seeking out opportunities to learn and grow.
There's a real lesson there about the importance of being a lifelong learner,
Right.
staying curious, and never being afraid to ask questions.
She also talks about George Washington Carver, the brilliant scientist who revolutionized agriculture. He saw potential where others saw limitations,
Wow.
proving that innovative thinking can lead to incredible breakthroughs.
It's a great reminder that our minds are powerful tools for creating positive change in the world.
And to make this even more memorable,
Mm-hmm.
she sprinkles in some amazing quotes. One of my favorites is from Einstein.
Oh, I love Einstein.
Imagination is more important than knowledge.
Hmm.
She's highlighting that knowledge is important,
Right?
but it's our imagination, our ability to see possibilities that truly unlocks our potential.
And I love the quote from Robert J. Kriegel.
Yes.
The real shame is not failing to reach your dream, but failing to have a dream to reach at all.
Oh, wow.
It's a call to action, isn't it? To dream big,
Right.
to envision the life we truly desire.
And speaking of imagination, this is where Trimm gets really spiritual.
Okay.
She argues that true inspiration comes from the spiritual realm. It's God speaking to us,
Yeah.
planting those seeds of creativity and innovation in our hearts and minds.
I love that perspective. It's not just about relying on our own limited human understanding, but
Right.
tapping into a source of infinite wisdom and possibility.
And to illustrate this, she shares the story of Walt Disney. Think about the impact his imagination has had on the world.
Oh, absolutely.
He brought joy and wonder to millions through his creations,
Yeah.
proving that inspiration aligned with purpose can lead to extraordinary results.
It's a great example of how our God-given creativity can be used to make a real difference in the world.
And she takes this even further by explaining how we build our lives, quite literally one thought at a time. She compares it to building a house, with each thought representing a brick. What kind of house are you building with your thoughts?
Oh.
Is it a beautiful mansion of faith and positivity?
Yeah.
Or are you settling for a rickety shack of fear and limitation?
That's such a powerful visual. It really challenges us to examine the quality of our thoughts.
Yes.
And to be intentional about building a life that reflects God's best for us.
She then introduces the concept of enlarging your territory. It's about recognizing that the more we focus on possibilities, the more possibilities we attract into our lives.
That reminds me of the growth mindset.
Right.
It's about believing that we can always learn, grow, and expand our horizons.
Exactly. And she uses the example of Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's.
Yeah.
He didn't invent the hamburger, but he saw the potential to take an existing idea and expand it into a global phenomenon through vision and strategic thinking.
It's a great example of how we can leverage our God-given gifts and talents
Yes.
to make a significant impact, even if we're building on someone else's foundation.
Now, here's one of the most important transitions of the book.
Okay.
She takes us from the power of thoughts to the power of spoken words.
Mm.
While our thoughts are the blueprint,
Okay.
spoken words are what give them tangible form.
That makes perfect sense. It's like the architect's drawing versus the actual construction of the building. The drawing is essential,
Yeah.
but it takes action, bringing those plans to life to create something real and lasting.
She describes spoken words as having the power to shape reality.
Wow.
And as always, she backs it up with scripture. Job 22:28 says,
Okay.
"You will also declare a thing, and it will be established for you, so light will shine on your ways." It's like she's saying that our words have the power to bring into being the very things we desire.
That's a powerful reminder that our words are not just empty sounds.
Right.
They carry a creative force.
She also brings up Psalm 2.7-8,
Okay.
where God declares, "You are my son, today I have begotten you."
Yeah.
She connects this to our own authority to speak blessings into our lives as children of God.
It's as if we're tapping into that same creative power
Yeah.
that God used to speak the world into being. We have the authority to speak life, healing, and abundance into our own lives and the lives of others.
And to illustrate this further, she uses the story of David and Goliath.
Okay.
Remember how David declared victory before he even stepped onto the battlefield?
Oh, yeah.
His faith-filled declarations paved the way for his triumph.
That's such a powerful reminder that our words can shape not only our own beliefs, but also the course of events around us. It's like we're setting the stage for victory with our words.
Now, here's a question she poses that really makes you stop and think.
Yeah.
What have you put in the atmosphere?
Okay, she's definitely got my attention. What do you mean by that?